All right, grade sevens, we're going to quickly review how we represent integers. We're going to take a look at how we use positive and negative integers, and we're going to be using value squares. Now, value squares are really going to help us. Yellow ones in our case represent a positive one, and red ones represent a negative one. So if I have a yellow square by itself, its value is 1. If I have two of them, its value is 2, positive 2. But if I had two of these red ones, it would be negative 2. And if they're ever presented together, we call them a zero pair, meaning that they cancel each other out. So the positive one and the negative one actually go against each other, and pretty much they become neutral. So if we were to try to represent the following numbers, if I had negative 4, all I would do is use 4 negative squares right here. Ta-da! Very simple. Positive 2, I would just do 2 positive yellows. And positive 5, same kind of thing. I'm going to cheat a bit here. Oh, it's not letting me do it. It's okay. So I would have 5 different squares right here. And then for the last one, 6, it would be negative 6. So I'd be using 6 of my red squares to represent negative 6. Right. You get the idea, hopefully. Okay. So the thing is when I do these value squares like positive 2, I can actually use as many zero pairs as I want to still represent positive 2. So I have 2 yellows, that equals positive 2. But if I have 2 yellows plus 3 zero pairs, my value of this whole block right here is still positive 2. Same thing for this case where I have 2 yellows and 2 zero pairs. And then over here I have 2 yellows and 4 zero pairs. So it really doesn't matter how many zero pairs I have. And this is actually going to be really, really helpful later on in the chapter. So as long as you understand that you can add an unlimited amount of zero pairs to a certain a number, it won't change its value. All right, so why don't we go ahead and try the following. I want you to try to represent these 3 numbers in 3 different ways. Positive 1, negative 3, positive 4. Okay, go ahead and pause the video right now, and then you can start doing it after. We'll just correct it in a bit. Okay, let's take it up. So positive 1, I could just have the positive 1. Positive 1 over here. But I could also add 1 zero pair. And positive 1 over here. And as long as I've added 2 zero pairs, that would work. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Here for the negative 3, some similar idea, just a different value. So I have 3 negatives. That represents my negative 3. Over here, I'm going to do the exact, whoopsie daisies. I'm going to do the exact same thing. But the only thing I'm going to add is a zero pair. Hopefully that makes sense. Alright guys, that's all the time I have for today, but hopefully this gives you a good enough representation of our lesson. Alright, hope you enjoyed our review of 9.3.